Hello, good day everyone. I'm Jamaican Co Benavides, a BTV student. And for today's video, we will talk about inquiry-based learning. To begin with, what is an inquiry? Simply put, an inquiry as a process of asking a questions and doing an investigation towards finding some truth or solution. But how about when you use the term inquiry-based learning? Inquiry-based learning is an approach to education that places students' questions, ideas, and observation at the center of the learning experience. In addition, inquiry-based learning emphasizes a student's role in the learning process and asks them to engage with an idea or topic in an active way. Simply, when we talk about inquiry-based learning, we distinguish from traditional schooling, where students sit and receive facts, to an active-centered model of learning where students pursue questions, problems, and scenarios to create their own knowledge and meaning. And the teacher takes on the role of facilitator like a guide on the side. The inquiry-based learning approach has roots in constructivist learning theory, which grew from the work of John Dewey. So, why does it is much better to use inquiry-based learning in a classroom? Because we retain 75% of what we do compared to 5% of what we hear and 10% of what we read. Thus, inquiry-based learning is much better than the traditional teaching method. So, what is the flow of inquiry-based learning in a classroom? It begins when the teacher poses an idea or concept and then asks targeted questions. This leads to students sharing their ideas and asking additional questions. And in this way, you encourage students to seek answers and investigate on their own and analyze their findings. And finally, students will present and discuss their understanding based on evidence they collect through their investigation. So, it begins with pose an idea, concept, or question. Second, research and investigate. And lastly, present and discuss. There are 4 levels of inquiry, namely confirmation inquiry, structured inquiry, guided inquiry, and the last level is open inquiry. The first level is confirmation inquiry. In confirmation inquiry, the teacher gives his students a question, its answer, and the method of reaching this answer. Their goal is to build investigation, critical thinking skills, and learning how the specific method works. Level 2, which is structured inquiry. In structured inquiry, the teachers give the students an open question and an investigation method. The learners must use the method to craft an evidence-backed conclusion. Level 3, guided inquiry. In guided inquiry, the teacher gives his student an open question, typically in groups. Students will design investigation method to reach a conclusion. Lastly, an open inquiry. As a teacher, you give your student time and support, and the learners in open inquiry, they will pose original questions and they investigate through their own methods. And eventually, they will present the result to discuss and expand. So, confirmation inquiry, the teacher gives the student a question, its answer, and method. In structured inquiry, the teacher gives an open question and investigation method. In guided inquiry, the teacher give an open question. So the role of a student in guided inquiry, they are the one to design their investigation method. In open inquiry, the teacher give the students time and support, and the students or learners in open inquiry, they will pose original question and they will investigate through their own method. So these are the 4 levels of inquiry. So what are the benefits of using inquiry-based learning in a classroom setting? First, it fosters curiosity in students. An inquiry-based learning approach lets students share their own ideas and questions about a topic. This helps foster more curiosity about the material and teaches its skills that students can use to continue exploring topics they are interested in. It also deepens students' understanding of topics. Rather than simply memorizing facts, students make their own connection about what they are learning. This allows them to gain a better understanding of a topic. Also allows students to take ownership of their learning. Students have the opportunity to explore a topic, giving them more a sense of ownership of their learning. Instead of the teacher telling them what they should know, students are able to learn in a way that works for themselves. Lastly, it creates love of learning. Inquiry-based learning is designed to teach students a love of learning. When students are able to engage with the material in their own way, they are able to develop passion for exploration and learning. In conclusion, if students are only exposed to sit and get learning, they have no opportunity to practice 21st century skills like creativity, collaboration, perseverance, and problem solving. Their work has not authentic on purpose, and they are typically limited to rote knowledge and comprehension questions, instead of working on higher order thinking skills. Students in inquiry-based environment know that their voices matter and their curiosity is important to their teacher. An inquiry-based classroom environment is very inclusive because everyone is able to access learning through the question they are asking. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless.